Hey folks, Dion here. Have you ever heard of the story of David and Goliath? Well, if you haven't, it's a story about a little boy named David who was tasked with taking down a giant named Goliath. Now, this task was deemed impossible due to the nature that he wasn't even a full grown man, and this giant had been terrorizing the entire city for who knows how long. But in the end, he took down that giant with sheer determination, willpower, and the grace of God. Here I want to present to you guys a game where me, an 1100 player in Bullet, was able to take down a 2400 rated player in Bullet. Now, yes, there was a roller coaster. Bullet may not be deemed the best for skill. It's more about speed, and maybe he made some mistakes. But the moral of the story is, no matter how big your enemy seems, or no matter how big the task is ahead of you, you can triumph. You can do it. I had no business beating someone over two times my rating points, but I got the win. Now, he'll probably win more games often. You know, he's a stronger player, but the fact that I was able to get this win should just be a testament that you too can achieve your chess dreams. So I'll go ahead and drop the clip in for y'all of me beating the guy on stream. Oh. Oh, he's streaming. It's a goat. What is he? I don't know what he's aiming for. There's a special place. Wow. Ouch. Let's go. Had to time him out. Dang, you beat a 2400 in Bullet. Did I? I didn't beat it. Did I beat a 2400? Are you serious? The last game? 2400? 24? What? I mean, I felt locked in, but 2400? What? Unless I'm tripping. Let me check real quick. No way. What? I beat a 2400 and... Alright, so that was crazy because I didn't even realize I beat the guy when I did. But here we are. And so my opponent is a GOAT, played a fantastic game. Fun fact, he actually ends up beating me later on in the arena when I played him. So again, he's a very strong player. 9 times out of 10, he's probably gonna beat me. This game, he just kind of had a lot of mistakes, but I mean that's the nature of Bullet, and I just feel like, you know, I kind of gripped the game towards the end. He might not have been playing to his full potential either, but hey, that's chess and that's life, man. So my opponent starts out with D4, a very reliable book move. Also aggressive. Could have played E4, but in Bullet, I think playing aggressive is the best move. I counter that with the Obanoni defense. Obanoni defense is C5, countering D4. If you're actually having a lot of troubles facing d4 and matching that with like d5, and you don't want to play like some kind of I think this is the England gambit with e5. I actually recommend c5 playing the Obadoni. Only because if you're not as high rated, not a lot of people really know how to refute that line. I played in a tournament over the board, and I destroyed a 1300 opponent with the Obadoni defense, just because he wasn't really familiar with how aggressive it is and how quickly you kind of have to take control and fight back in the center. But more on that. He plays e3, protecting the pawn, exchanging, book, exchanging, and then I play d5, taking up the center. But the difference here is I undermine his e-pawn, so it's hard for him to grab more space into the center. With the e-pawn, I can just kind of develop my pieces this way. If he's thinking about checking me on this diagonal, I get to develop my pieces, and I'm just a lot more confident with this position than if he were to have this e-pawn here and kind of keep his position solid and closed, and it's just kind of harder to make progress for me personally. c3, creating a pawn chain. f6, all book moves, and then he plays his best move, getting his bishop out on this diagonal. He has now a fantastic scope. c6, excellent book move again, and now he's in a kind of a London. He's kind of in a London system basically. He brings his other bishop out right here, simply looking at castle, short side. I bring my bishop out to the same spot, and he actually brings his bishop back. I believe he did this move because now if I take, he's probably going to take with the pawn. And once he takes with the pawn, he has something called a fishing pole, because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to castle this way. I guess the downside of the Obadoni is now I've actually committed my c-pawn, so I'm probably not going to castle this way, and it would hate for me to get my king stuck in the center, and I'm just not quite sure what I want to do. And this is just too much to think about in a bullet game. So my opponent playing this move, they deem it slight inaccuracy, but honestly, I would deem it as at least an excellent move, just because if you factor in time and you factor in the time format, and you know your opponent's elo rating and me probably not having all these lines fully memorized, I'm not really going to succeed when you put me in a position like this. But trading is a good move, so I do trade. I say, whatever, I'm gonna bite the bullet. He takes that way, straightforward recapture. Now he has his plan is enacted. He can now do what he wants. So I bring my bishop up. I'm holding on to castling. I know that if I castle immediately, I'm going to just run into a heap of problems and very fast. And that's just not what I'm trying to do. He castles. So once he castles, I bring my queen up first. Real principle. I just bring my queen up first. I just kind of want to bait. I just don't want to commit. My mindset is the less I commit, the more I can bait my opponent into making a mistake, which they can't come back from, but I will be able to pivot. With me not castling this way, I can decide to launch an attack with these pawns anytime I want. Maybe I want to leave my king in the center. Maybe he's like, all right, I'm gonna break open the center. Maybe I do castle alongside and I just bring my king over one more square just in case. And from a position where you're like, oh, he's never gonna castle this way, now I'm safely tucked away and launching an attack. I just want to make sure that you can't just immediately say, oh, he's going there, let me play this, let's play this, let's play that, let's play that. I want you to think, he hasn't committed yet, so I can't commit either. And if you do commit, you're going to run into some issues. Knight bd2, simple development. And I castle long side. Good move. Good move. You might deem it as crazy. Start launching these pawns. If we trade, we trade. He gets his rook involved. And I'm in a heap of trouble. I can slide the king over. Simple as that. I can just slide the king over. I'm good. Computer actually wants me to play this move immediately. Nothing wrong with what I did, though. Nothing wrong with what I did. And at a certain point, I'm going to turn off the best moves. Just because this game turns into a insane roller coaster. And this 2400 is going to fight back. He does not go down without a fight. And he has a slight advantage as well, if you notice. But in bullet, that doesn't matter. We get the rook sliding over to the center. Rook e1. Best move, man. He is putting on the pressure. and I immediately find h5. That was my plan all along. And the king sliding over is also a good move. Don't get it twisted. I have the moves. I have the ideas in my head. I understand the position to a high level and high degree. Do not count me out. I don't care who my opponent is. I'm going to show up every single time. Knight jumps in is deemed a mistake. You need to immediately launch a queenside attack, then start to break open my center. Then once I'm forced to move my knight, trade, get the rook involved. You need to immediately capitalize on this mistake. This is the first time I have equalized the game, and it's all because I started with the old Benoni. People are not as familiar with playing against the old Benoni line, and especially in Bullet, that is going to be a crucial mistake. I actually play a move that is also deemed a mistake by me thinking, hey, he should have rushed his attack, so I'm going to rush mine. This is actually deemed a mistake. I should have actually taken with the knight here, is what they'd love to see. And then I probably just move my knight out the way. And because, if he takes back with the pawn, I'm just going to have to move my knight somewhere else. And we're going to have to, deal an attack that way. He should have taken a pawn. This is a missed opportunity. He should have undoubled his pawns. And his queen coming out is also deemed a miss, because I think this still would have been a slightly better move, just kind of looking to go at the center. But I mean, it might not have been, because I open up these lines. If we take here, and things are just not looking so good for him. Either way, man, this game is starting to get intense. People are starting to see other pieces. We have these pawns eyeing each other down. We have these horses eyeing each other down. Who is going to break the tension first? You do not know. Takes. And then we have takes with the knight. His first blunder. Now, how is this a blunder? Yes, I have my pawn taken right here, but I mean, this is a fork. How can you go wrong with forking my rooks? How? But unfortunately, this move gives me the opportunity to win their rook. Take with check. Best move. I'm not folding. And if you pay attention to the time, he is 32 seconds. I have 42 seconds. Calm down. I'm now up 10 seconds against a 2400 rated player. And I can't see the eval bar, but I can definitely feel it. I'm up 4 points advantage. Takes with the king. Slides the rook over 1. Why is this a good move? Why is this a fantastic move? It's because you no longer have the fork. You can no longer fork me. If you take right here, I'm discovered attacking. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm discovered attacking with the knight. I'm attacking you with the rook right here. And if you have to take with the queen, I take right back. And that's what we have here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I actually did have check. I did have check. That's right, because this is a check, but you're also pinned. And it's a check with the knight, but you're still pinned at the same time. The great move. How I found this move. Look at the time again. 28 seconds, 34 seconds. How did I conjure up this entire sequence against a 2400 rated player in 8 seconds? It's because I study chess. It's because I play chess. It's because I know chess. And I'm not the only person who knows chess. There's millions of other 1200, 1100s, 900, 700 rated chess players that know chess, but they just need to have the confidence. They just need to have the focus. They just need to have all the pieces come together. I'm not the only person who can play great games against great players. You can too. I'm not special. I'm just the catalyst. I just want to make sure that you all know that you can do this too. You're possible of doing this too. 3.9 advantage. 6-second advantage on the clock. 24, double my rating points. King moves. I grab the queen. All right. My opponent is up a point of material, but I have a queen. And I'm also up 13 seconds. Now is the time where I'm basically up now. Because, I'm going to win. I'm going to win his other pawns. He can't guard fast enough. His king is in the center. His knight is trapped. Not trapped, but his knight isn't really doing much from where it's at right now. But this is bullet. And bullet games are unpredictable. They're quick. And you just need to make sure you don't lose grip, lose sight of the game. It's go time. See what can I do. Best move, pawn e5. I won the queen. Take a deep breath. In the wise words of Kobe, job's not finished yet. We're looking to break open the center. Takes. Simple as that. Break open the center. Trade more pieces. Get my pieces involved. Takes. I now have both. I have 2 active knights now. Not 1, but 2 active knights. Grab the knight with check. Best move takes. Knight comes back. Iron down the bishop. You can't take. I trade. King comes over. Check. Missed opportunity. I did miss a fork. But please don't fault me. We're playing bullet. And I'm still up. 8 seconds on the clock. I want y'all to pay very close attention to the clock. And I want y'all to pay this close attention because there's 20 more moves in the game. My opponent has 14.3 seconds left. I have 22 seconds left. And there's 20 more moves in the game. Boom. Bishop takes. Boom. Pawn takes. Boom. King slides right over. Easy move. This is a mistake, but the king is easily just trying to get out of danger, get out of checks. He's trying to run. Great move. Bishop. Nice skewer. Boom. We get pawn. Pawn checks. Boom. I bring the bishop back. Not the best move, but it's a move. Knight comes out. This is the blunder. It's a chance to win a knight through a fork. I don't see. Pawn push. B6. Missed opportunity. It's okay. But this is actually the first time. I'm now down. I'm losing. If y'all pay attention to the eval bar, it's 1.4. But can you really call it losing when I'm up a queen and I'm up 5 seconds in bullet? It's hard to get the piece coordination with this amount of time left, but can I pull it out? Boom. We get a knight check. Slight inaccuracy. Boom. Slide the king up. Slight inaccuracy. Knight comes here, attacking the queen. Boom. Slide the queen on this diagonal. Bad move. Terrible move. The best move was to move my king to safety and allow the opponent to pin my bishop later. Boom. Checks. I shouldn't have allowed the pin right here. I shouldn't have allowed it. He doesn't find. Miss. 0.1. Drawn odds. Boom. F5. Good move. I can't hate it. Can't be mad. Boom. A5. Sliding up. This is only losing material. I'm not doing great now. Boom. Great move. Only fine. Now my opponent, he's down the gap to 3 seconds left. 3 seconds left. He found the only move with seconds to spare. He found the only move. King slides up. I'm losing the queen. He misses it. He misses the move and hangs a pawn. I don't see tunnel vision. I gotta maintain my time advantage. 3 seconds left. He grabs my bishop. Free bishop. grabs. Rook comes over. Queen comes over. Knight comes here. Knight is unprotected. I can capture it immediately. Immediately. He could have won a queen through a fork. Immediately back to drawing. It's back to drawing. We are down to the wire. I grab the free knight. He anchors his position. I slide right here. I immediately just blunder my queen. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're down to 1.7 seconds left. He doesn't capture the queen. Boom. I take immediately. I'm looking to just flag my opponent. I said, boom, I just got to throw every piece I have out there. I got to hope I can pull it out. I'm advancing my pawn. I'm pushing my pawn. He times out. Game. That's game, man. I told y'all, no matter how big your opponent seems, no matter how high the elo, no matter how high the rank, no matter how great the opponent, no matter how big the obstacle, you can win against these high-rated players. I played him again. Yes, I lost. I'm going to play him again. Yes, I may lose. But did I lose this time? No. But did I lose this time? No. And honestly, my opponent played very well. And if I am to reflect, and if I am to take out a lesson, he's still 2,400 rated. He outplayed me in the end. You know, we had a lot of drawing. We both had a lot of misses, but if it came down to it, and he had probably just even, he probably only needed 5 more seconds, to be honest, he would have won. Or 2 more seconds, he probably just would have grabbed all the pawns and at least drew it. But 'tis the nature of bullet, and 'tis the nature of chess, and we can't live in a world of hypotheticals. And I'm just really proud of how I did this game and how I played this game. And if you all enjoyed this video, I want you to drop a like, subscribe, and maybe drop a comment too. Maybe share a story. I don't know. How's your chess career going? How's this stuff going? Because, you know, you lose a lot of chess games. You could definitely lose your confidence. You can definitely lose your edge. You can definitely lose your side of the game, lose motivation. But I can say confidently that this game gave me a lot of motivation. This game gave me a lot of motivation. But yeah, great work by my opponent. Played fantastic. I don't want to just leave y'all with that, because honestly, if I could show y'all really quickly, like, we played again in the arena. He killed me. Like, he destroyed me again in the arena. And then we played again and he beat me again. Yeah, he started doing his thing. He was like, I'm not gonna lose him again. But you know what he did do? He lost to me once. So I'll take it. But all right, y'all have a good rest of your day, man.